Wipe this, he spreads his poopy butt. And then cries like a baby. Like a literal baby.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know, Biggie. It just has to be like more transformative now. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, we're live. B's and G's, welcome to the Dropshot of Podcast, episode number 532. My name's Casey, aka Razinon.
Yeah.
And it has been 1 year since the death of Low Cap, friend of the pod, rotting in hell.
+6. Yeah.
+6?
Yeah.
What is that?
1 year +6.
Oh, right. I understand it now.
Stupid
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. Yep. And he deserved it. You think of him on 4th of July, man?
I did, yeah. I did at one point early on in the day. And
you
then
start sobbing in the corner of your backyard?
I didn't start sobbing now.
Oh, no.
I could have.
Yeah.
I poured one out for him, and then I pissed on it, and then I spat on it. Spit all over that thing.
Based.
And then and then I shit on it, so.
I wonder, we should find out where his remains are and hope that he has a gravestone. And whatever's written on it, obviously first I would deface that. And then the next thing I would do is write, in quotation marks, of course, "That's on you."
Yeah.
And then leave. And then also piss on it and then leave. Yeah.
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 Yeah. His grisly violent end was his own doing. So.
He deserves it. Don't ride motorcycles, especially on the 4th of July. If you want to ride motorcycles, that's fine. If you think you're cool looking, that's fine. I agree, they're pretty cool. You're going to die, though. It's just a matter of when. Just, I hope that helps. And it will be painful, very painful.
It'll be really bad news, yeah. And especially with a blood alcohol content of 1.7. I made that up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, 1.7.
It was 2.5,
yeah.
yeah. No, it was that high.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Didn't ask.
Super didn't ask. So, anyways, welcome to the show. All right. Today, we have an episode. Yeah. So, sorry for no Saturday episode. I'm not, actually. There wasn't a Saturday episode. I don't know if you figured that out, but Tanner
really?
needed a nap or something. I don't remember what it was, but I really, really wanted to do it, but Tanner, unfortunately,
Yeah, you wanted to do it.
canceled on us. So
Yeah,
that'll happen. But we're back as
we for sure have one this week.
This week. We will this Saturday. Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Have faith. What it will be about remains to be seen. Fuck, does it remain to be seen? But today's episode will be about the video game. Not too much has happened. Spoiler alert. So, shockingly, I'm surprised. I'm fucking not. But there's been a couple. There have been a couple of things, rather, including evidently a fairly substantive patch in terms of weapon balance, which we'll get into a little bit. So
Was there?
Yes.
Was that in a season update that we already covered?
No.
Was there
This
more?
was like
then?
2 days ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jod made a little vid about it. So
I'm well aware of what the meta is, so yeah, you don't need to tell me.
Yeah, right. You're an expert on the meta. So anyway, yeah, not too much to get into this week, though, but a couple of things. So before we start, some announcements. Sean H., our newest gold fucking patron. Welcome aboard, big dog, patreon.com/dropshot. Best way to support the show, ad-free eps, early access eps, and bonus eps.
What are your thoughts on spelling Sean that way?
That's the correct spelling.
I don't. I like the one with the H and the W.
Thanks.
This is the way that
I think the Irish spelling.
This is the way that girls also spell it, because Ben used
I've
to
never
talk to
heard of
girl.
a girl named Sean.
Really? Yeah, Ben
Never.
used to talk to a girl named Sean, and hers was spelled
Really?
that way.
Interesting.
She was like 6'2" now that I think about it, so maybe
Really?
there's something. Yeah, she was
Damn.
really tall.
Damn.
So yeah, maybe Sean was.
Maybe Ben's a homosexual.
That
That's why-
would make sense. Yeah,
It would explain some things.
that
yeah.
would explain so much.
Yeah. So
That's
shout out to Ben, our gay man friend. Just come out of the closet, man. It's 2025. But speaking of names spelled insanely, you've heard the name Siobhan, right?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's like
anybody with the name.
Yeah, we don't live in Ireland. It's an Irish name. The show.
Oh, I thought it was like a black dude name.
No, Siobhan. Yeah, it's like a girl. It's an name. Irish girl name. It was on. Okay. I'd heard it before, but it was popularized on that show. What's the show, you guys? Empire? No, not Empire. It was about like the crazy family. It had Macaulay Culkin's brother in it. It was about like the super rich family.
Get to the point. Is it spelled weird or something?
Yeah. You would never guess in a million years how you'd spell Siobhan. Take a guess at how you'd spell it. Just guess.
See, I hear Siobhan and I'm thinking like Shavon, which is like a black dude's name. Or black woman, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. It's Sioban.
Sioban?
B-A-N. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I'm pretty sure anyway.
Siobhan is a girl's name of Irish origin, meaning God is gracious. Yeah.
Isn't that an insane spelling?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but it's Gaelic. Then fucking Anglicanize it better. Why is there a B? That's insane. But so anyway. And the new operator is Siobhan from that show, which is why we brought this up. That's a joke. All right, let's get into these patch notes here. So yeah, this is basically weapon balance. Did it happen again?
Does the link not work now? Does it not show up?
I swear to God, it's happened again. Click the link. What comes up for you?
July 8th.
Okay.
Tuesday, July 8th.
July 1st is what comes up for me.
Yeah, their website. It's the only website in the world that does this. I don't get it. We click on the same link from the same URL of our Google Notes, and it gives us it's only Activision. It's the only company in the world where anything like this happens.
Yeah.
Update requires restarts. You click on a link, it gives you 4 different links to pick.
It's so insane.
They're horrible.
Website's chalked. But anyway,
tech isn't good.
I manually refreshed and it's updated now, so I'll do that in the future, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, whatever. So this was 2 days ago. And there are a couple little things. So one thing is portable redeploy drones are no longer in ranked resurgence. Because they were
in error. Yeah.
Yes, that was an error. So that implies that they will remain in regular AST resurgence. I'm actually not sure. I think they'd be good in both, honestly. Because, like, redeploy drones on that map are not super busted or anything. Like, they're good in certain situations, but you start it pretty slow. You also move through the air pretty slow, relatively. So, like, if you do it at a dumb time, you're going to get punished hard. And, like, where would I want to drone up to? There are obviously situations and places where it would be good, but, like, everything has a zip anyway. So you'd really do it to, like, get into a window or something. People would hear it. I don't think it needed to be taken out, but, I mean, I don't think it's a particularly big deal either way. So, anyway, that happened. The funniest thing, of course, is that they were in and they didn't mean for them to be in because this is Call of Duty's Activision.
That's classic.
So, yeah, Activision's Call of Duty, you get it. Okay, and then another change here. I like this a lot, actually. What I don't like about it is that it happened on July 8th of 2025. That's the part I hate about this change. What I like about the change is that it's a day one change. Meaning the game should have launched this way.
It should have launched this way clearly and obviously. Yeah.
And it couldn't be more obvious, actually. And the change is this. Reduced visual recoil while shooting when using 2, 3, and 4x scopes on BLOPS 6 weapons. And then they say, we want to improve the overall usability of optics, especially at long-range encounters. Our goal is to make it easier to track and stay on target when engaging at longer ranges. Cool. Why was it never Why was it ever not this way? Like, on day one, did you want the overall usability of optics, especially at long-range encounters, to be worse? Did you want to make it harder to track and stay on target when engaging at longer ranges? Especially visual recoil. Just add actual recoil. That's it. That's all we want. I don't want scope relief. This is not Tarkov, which is not a better game than Warzone, but also, I don't want scope relief. Don't do visual recoil. It's stupid as fuck. Just do actual recoil or not to varying degrees. But there's no one benefits, nothing helps. It doesn't even help my immersion, really. Like, I don't know what visual recoil would mean, like in real life, for example. You know, I did shoot fully automatic rifles when I was in the United States Marine Corps, of which I was a part. But it's been a long time and I forgot entirely, literally everything about that.
Yeah.
So I do wonder if there even is like a real life analog to visual recoil versus actual recoil. I don't think that's like a real thing. I
don't know if they're trying to simulate like not being perfectly steady, almost like your hands kind of shaking a little bit. I really don't know. Yeah, but it's I mean, it's bad, obviously. This shouldn't be in the game ever. And yeah, it's very unfortunate it took until Season 4 Reloaded to make this change.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. And this is just classic Activision shit. To be fair, not that the visual recoil was really fucking bad this year, because it wasn't that bad, honestly. And it's been way, way, way fucking worse in the past.
Warzone 2 was much worse, yeah. And then Warzone again, obviously. 3, MW3 was the best, of course, because that was the best version of Warzone we'll ever have.
Right. I would argue, honestly, visual recoil was the best in fucking... And I'm an MW19 hater, but an MW19...
Yeah, that's true, too.
Because in that game, guns just had recoil or didn't. There was no, like, visual recoil where, like, your camera's bobbing and your aim isn't. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. The game had good gunplay.
Yeah, so it's just
nothing
I don't
else
know.
that had good gunplay.
But anyway, this is a good change. Do it for everything, not just the optics also. But I do wonder if this makes like using an optic relevant or like a 4X, you know? It's like people were not using 4Xs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, I suppose. But anyway. And then reduced optic strafing movement on MW2 and MW3 weapons. That's another good thing. And on things like that, where like the old guns kind of get left behind or overlooked when they do like a, you know, visual recoil change or some weird thing. I give them more leeway on that because they're, you know, not very popular, so like kind of who cares anyway. But this is also, of course, why you just don't ever use the old guns. And we've been saying this for, you know, 3 years or however long it's been since they've been doing this dumb shit. But just don't integrate the old guns. I don't want to use them. I don't want other people using them. I want to use the new shit. Like, I'm going to get bored of the new guns soon enough. Don't worry. I certainly don't need the guns I've also been using for a fucking year. It's just, yeah. And then shit like this happens. So anyway. And then some balance changes. So they buff the aims. They buff the GPR. And then buff the kilo by giving it just a little bit more veloc. And then the Krig, they have nerfed. Oh, and they did a couple good things that...
They did what you had said, yeah.
One of which I had recommended, yeah. Mag size has been reduced from 70 to 60 with extendos. So, yeah, like that's obvious. And then tummy, arm, leg multis are now 95 instead of 100%. So 90.95 instead of 1x. And then a little more recoil during sustained fire. These are like fair, sober nerfs, I think. Because the Krig wasn't like busted OP insane like the, you know, AMAX was or whatever in season 3. It's just a boring gun, and that was like a little better than everything else, and now it might not be. I have no idea, but it is at least good to see them not just like totally fucking gutting the thing. So there you go. And then the DM10, which some people were saying is fucking insane, got just like pissed on. Yeah. It's just, arm multi 20% lower. Leg and stomach multi 10% lower. Less velocity, 70 meters per second less, which is fair. And a 30 millisecond slower ADS time. Those multipliers especially make this kind of dog shit. I would be shocked if that weren't true. Because it's hard to be like pinpoint accurate with this anyway, because it's semi-auto and you're usually shooting people far away and they're moving. So like, lowering those multis is probably just like ruined the gun. Mm-hmm. Which, whatever, it's fine. And then some bug fixes, none of which we're going to get into. And that's kind of it. So no change at all to the SMG meta or the secondary meta. I don't know how much that really needed to be changed though. And they did hit some of the like relevant guns, mainly the Krig. So what's meta now? Don't know. Dunna. It's a good question. But I'm not that guy, pal. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, wasn't too much to expect. Or I wasn't expecting anything huge anyway. The next even remotely interesting patch, honestly, besides maybe some more weapon tuning, will of course be Season 5. And when is that going to happen is another good question.
It's happening at a time, for sure.
But it will occur at a time.
Will
So
it be at
just
the end of
something to
this
keep in
month?
mind.
Probably, huh? Yeah, it should be.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. What do you think we
Right
get
at the
with
end of this
Season
month.
5, by the way? Some cool new
Just
skins
about
that
nothing.
are fun?
Yeah, another collab. Actually, I saw some leaks of another collab coming, and I can't.
We'll get
remember
into
what it
one
was
of
'cause
them.
Okay.
We'll get into what you probably saw, yeah.
Okay, and other than that, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they add like a paint job or something on the big stadium. They won't open it, of course, but put a new layer of paint on it, change up the color, and then maybe add a few bushes and call that good. I don't know.
Yeah. It's such a shame.
Hopefully Vondel. It's the only thing I'd want.
Vondel
simply put Vondel back in the game that already exists. Just put it back in.
Vondel would suck me back in. Yeah. Like, who's the guy? I don't know. It's a movie. It's like De Niro or Al Pacino or something. Anyway, Vondel would be the only thing I'm like remotely excited for, because my, again, initial thought based on like the leaks and stuff and just common sense was like, okay, they're going to bring back Verdansk for Season 3. It's going to be relatively the same as it originally was that whole season. Cool. And then, or even for the first half of the season, and then they're going to start doing rather quickly the map changes they have done before. And then by the time we get to Season 4 Reloaded, surely Season 5, they will have done every old map change. And now we're getting new map changes until we get the next integration. That is not happening. And that was obvious by Season 4, for sure. Because they haven't even finished the old map updates. So for example, Stadium opening. That's what I would guess they're going to do on Season 5. But also, maybe not. Maybe that's Season 5 Reloaded.
Maybe they do nothing. Yeah, maybe they forget there's an update.
That's possible. Yeah, that's possible. There are probably two guys working on Warzone now. They're all, designing the jetpack models or whatever, or the magnetic boots. The evolved Omni movement, or whatever that's going to entail. Has there been another COD pod ep? There hasn't, by the way. I'm excited for the next one. I'm excited to wade through 1 hour of content in Before Hypocrite to get to the 2 minutes of like anything remotely interesting or related to the future. and then to then after that listen to the Q&A from their community, where they definitely don't fabricate questions they want to talk about.
Definitely don't fabricate them, no.
Certainly not. No. And you can tell that they don't fabricate questions.
I'd love to be Butthead.
Yeah, exactly. Because there is no name attached to any of the questions they get asked, nor where they got them from.
I mean, the name doesn't matter. They would fabricate a name, obviously.
They would fabricate a name, to be fair. But if they said, like, Tommy J72 on Twitter said such and such, I can at least go check who Tommy J is. But they don't even bother. They just say literally some guy asked this. Hope that helps. And then the question is, could you guys be any better as game devs? I don't think that's literally fucking possible. And they say, haha, thanks, fictitious person we made up, for the compliment. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, can I pre-order 8 BO7s?
Yeah. That will be on the next COD pod, as something about some sort of question about pre-ordering the game. That'll certainly be on there. Yep. It's
gonna start by saying, I'm so fucking excited for BO7. I can hardly wait.
Yeah.
Please let me pre-order. Can I pre-order now? And is there a digital deluxe edition for which you can charge me 400 plus United States dollars? I'd love to pay that. And I don't want anything in return other than Black Cell Season 1. And I hope that helps. And some downloadable desktop backgrounds for my $400. That's what I would love. Please, can you let me? Ooh, I want it so bad. Can I get a link?
Yeah.
And then she's going to laugh and be coy or whatever. Yeah. Not that it's their fault, but it's Activision's fault for sure. Yeah. It's just, it's propaganda. It's a propaganda. It's the propaganda wing part of it. Anyway. So once that happens, we'll see. But yeah, like nothing really on season 5 yet. And that's what I'm even remotely interested in. And even that, I think, again, is going to be just kind of... But anyway. But speaking of this game, by the way, how are the Steam charts looking? Have you taken a peek at those lately? I can try looking at them, actually.
It remains about the same.
Does it? Steam charts, Warzone.
I mean, nothing's updated since we talked about it last, which was the average in the last 30 days was 52,000.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Like right now, there are 54,000 playing on Steam, and the 24-hour peak is 69,000.
Yeah. Yeah, I have it pulled up here on stream. And looking at the 1 year trend, it's just...
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's Tony Hawk Pro Skater is what it is, because this is a half pipe. This is a half pipe, and by the way, from the left. Yeah, so just rolling down.
Yeah, you had that little Verdansk bump, and it's just
the tiny little Verdansk bump that just did not last. By the way,
no,
and now
now we're
like
at
today,
basically record lows in the last year again.
Record lows.
What is this showing? Average?
This is peak? I don't know what this is showing. Oh, this is showing peaks? Peak. Yeah, okay.
So
that's not very helpful.
Yeah.
I wish it would show averages, but still.
You can change it, I think. There's somewhere, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm one of these people. Yeah, just like super bored with Warzone right now. We just needed some new shit, but I've talked about this a million times, so let's move on. We do have some other things that I want to get into.
Really?
And they are as follows. So, first thing here. We talked about this last episode, the Call of Duty World War II exploit, where people could hack into your computer and open gay Pornhub on your second monitor. And so, by the way, before we talk about this, I want you guys to understand how insane this is. Because I don't think many of you understand the gravity of what happens, of what is happening. Because a lot of you are probably on console or something. Or you're just like, you only launch Steam on your PC or Battle.net, and like that's literally it. I have been a denizen of the online space, the internet, and I hate myself for saying that phrase too, for, 20, how old am I? Oh yeah, 25 years about. And never once, and I've done some dumb shit online, like torrenting, no VPN, who cares, running shit. Now, I'm not a total bumbling fucking retard, to be fair, but still, I've just been online, downloaded and torrented a lot of things in my time, right? And played a lot of games too, online video games, okay? Never once in my life has it ever happened to me, or I've ever heard of anyone in my entire friend group, online or otherwise, even remotely close happening to what happened to that video we covered. So you launch a video game and it gets such deep access to your computer that it can alter separate programs you have on your computer. So like, it's one thing if it's like, yeah, I booted up World War II, someone hacked it, and they were controlling my character instead of me. So I was like watching them play my character. I was watching them delete my custom classes. I was watching them like reset my prestige or something. That would all be bad, obviously. But that would all be like within the application that was hacked, right? Never in my life would I think someone used World War II as a vector to get just full access to your whole ass computer. You play World War II, it gets hacked, and now they're in the whole PC. He opened Notepad, a separate program, then opened a browser, Chrome or whatever, another program, and then was manipulating things there. That is completely fucking insane. If that happened to me, by the way, it would be this easy. Open my Chrome, go to my bookmarks, go to Bank of America. There are all of my credentials. All of them. And, okay, and I'm now homeless. I'm poor. I have no more money now because I had the audacity to play a Steam sanctioned Activision game that I paid fucking $100 for or whatever. They're also insanely charging for World War II. Obviously you would turn off your computer before that happens, but still, like, I don't know. What if I'm a quadriplegic playing with my tongue? I don't have time to fucking do that. And now I'm disabled and I have no money because some guy pulled up gay Pornhub on my second monitor and pulled up my routing number on my third. That's completely insane. I just can't believe it. So just to be clear, just so you guys understand, this is not like a normal hack. This is like a Trojan horse, insane shit. And who knows what else they could have done, by the way. If they had some ransomware shit, I don't know. I'm not a fucking hacker, so I don't know. But like, that's completely insane. Have you ever heard of anything even remotely close to this happening to like anyone you know?
I mean, not to me, but this, like, even the comments on this are saying, I don't know why this tweet is even becoming a big deal. This is what has happened with all the old Call of Duty games. We've talked about this. Like, all these tweets are even saying, like, why are they only addressing World War II and not the other 10 older COD games that have the same exact issue and had this issue for years?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's
maybe because this one's on Game Pass and the other ones aren't?
Like,
I don't know.
Maybe, or because there's nothing else to talk about, so Charlie Intel tweets about this instead. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, good question.
Yeah, I mean, this has been happening for years, so that's why you always hear, like, don't launch these old Call of Duty games on PC because you'll just straight up get hacked. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, cool stuff.
It's just so
another
crazy.
Thing that only happens in an Activision video game. Yep.
And they're charging money for it too. Like, it's so crazy.
And they're charging like $60 still, probably.
Yeah,
if you're buying the game.
Yeah. So here's the tweet anyway. This was yesterday. World War II remains offline on the Xbox PC app after exploits were discovered causing issues with PCs. And by issues with PCs, he means, DEF CON level hacks. The issue appears to be related to Activision uploading an unpatched version of the game to the Xbox PC app, as the Steam version doesn't have the issue. Okay, so yeah, it's not the Steam version. That's my mistake. Which makes sense, because Steam is not completely fucking incompetent. But isn't it so Activision to upload a game that isn't patched? Like, we are selling you a game that isn't updated. I've got it. That's been my number one complaint for 5 fucking years. Fix the game. But they refuse to patch it. So of course, what is the origin of this hack? An unpatched game. Just classic fucking Activision, yeah.
So I think this is only an issue though on the older games without a server browser, which is pretty crazy. So I think the older games that still had the server browser, COD 1, COD 2, COD 4, I don't think you have this issue.
Interesting.
I think it's something to do with, because in that video, the guy who was able to hack was the person who got the lobby, right? Like somebody else left,
host,
and then,
because it's peer-to-peer.
And they got host.
Yeah. Or he probably hacked to migrate host to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, a bunch of these comments say Steam has the same issue too. It's just the older COD games in general. And this is a good point too. Somebody said this is why PC players who want to play the game safely had created custom launchers with server browsers like the mods, like Plutonium and those other mods. That was one of the big reasons, is they made that so you also couldn't get hacked to shit, but then Activision shut them all down. That's when we talked about this last, actually. Now I remember, it was when that was all happening and people were like, we can't play these old fucking games because you get hacked to shit. That's part of the reason they create these their own games off
like
Call of Duty, is so
shit.
you can safely play them, and then they shut them all down. So that's what it is.
Yeah, you're probably onto something with the server browser thing.
Years and years. It is, yeah, because it's never those older games like that. It's like, it's the ones after that who didn't have server browsers, which I guess was probably started in Modern Warfare 2, I think. MW2 probably is when it went that way on PC.
MW2 did not have a server browser, yeah. I don't know if MW1 even did.
Well, MW1 was Call of Duty 4, so yes, it did.
Oh, yeah.
On
Yeah.
PC, it was never the same on console, obviously.
Right.
It was just peer-to-peer. But, yeah, I don't think MW2 had a server browser, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. It's just completely insane. So,
yeah,
anyway.
and they still charge a lot of money for these games, and they're hacked to shit, and they're unplayable. So
yeah,
cool.
By the way, let's see. Okay. Buy COD World War II. Let's take a look. Okay, it's 70% off. Guess what that number is?
I don't know, $20, $15.
$20. $20.
Yeah.
70% off, and it's still $20.
What are you looking at?
This was just Steam. I just Googled it. Yeah, just really bad stuff. Really horrendous stuff. So, anyway. Yeah,
It's
I don't know.
actually not on sale.
I didn't actually click the link, but that's what Google said.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Google
on
probably
Steam
lied.
right now. Yeah, Google lies. I'm on Steam. I have Steam open. It's $60 right now to buy a
60?
Call of Duty game from 2017. Yes, it's $59.99.
That's so fucking crazy, yeah.
And the digital deluxe edition
To
is
get
still
your bank account hacked,
$100.
yeah. It would actually cost
And then you could
your
also buy
entire
all the
life savings
DLC
to play it, actually. So
You could also buy all the DLC for $60. So to buy everything that existed for COD World War II, you would pay $160 for the deluxe edition, and then I guess the season pass and stuff, unless that's what it's including. I don't know.
by the way, while you're there, just for funsies, I want you to take a look at the Call of Duty games bundle. It's I haven't seen it in a while, but it's called like the Call of Duty collection or something. Just poke around Steam wherever you are. If you're on a Call of Duty thing, you'll see it. It'll recommend it. Just take a look at that price. If you can't see it, it's fine. I just remember I went to a game once.
I've seen it before too.
And it said like, oh, get the Call of Duty collection for literally like $4,000. It's like, holy shit, man. Just completely insane, yeah. And then again, on top of your life savings, that would be the total. If you decided to play any of the games. So at least they took it off the fucking PC app. But also, here's another thing. And I wonder if or how they're handling this. let's say I'm some guy who's not on COD Twitter. I buy World War II. Someone pulls up gay Pornhub on my second monitor, so I realize, oh shit, I better stop playing this before someone gets my routing information. I'm going to refund it because obviously I'm not doing this. And then you've played it for longer than an hour, so Steam doesn't grant you a refund. What do you, like, what happens there? Are they not granting refunds? Are they granting refunds with sincere apologies? Don't know.
$872.
There it is. Yeah. You found it. Yeah. I mean, just imagine. Just imagine. I know there have been a lot of games, but like, bro, there's no way it's worth fucking $900. Because like, I could see a world where I would, if I was like a huge COD super fan, which I'm fucking super not, certainly not anymore, being like, I want to play all the games and see like how it's evolved. And like, you know, that could be fun. Or if I'm like a streamer and like Warzone's boring or whatever, I'm fucking, I don't know, pick a streamer. Let's do like on stream, it would be a fun piece of content or series, like playing every COD game or like every COD campaign or something. But you'd have to start a GoFundMe to do that because it would be $900 fucking dollars to play COD 1. Like that game should be, they should.
It's, yeah, that game's $20 still and it came out
that's
in 2003.
So crazy.
22 years old and they're still charging $20. Just make it free at this point. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Make it 99 cents.
Should actually be like $5 at max. Yeah, it's just completely insane. But anyway. So regardless, I mean, at least it's off the app, but who knows if it'll ever come back. So anyway.
Yeah. It'll
on to more topical or relevant things, I guess. There appears to be an American Dad collab happening soon. Kev hyphen.
That's what it was, yeah.
Stan Smith and Roger from American Dad have been found in BO6 and Warzone files after today's update. And there were more pictures of it. In fact, I can maybe even find them here. Let me see. Where they're in like their little operator skins or whatever. Yeah, here we go. So here's one of the skins of Stan Smith. Of course, 2,400 COD points. And Exclusive Ace is the first one in the replies. And it is the meme picture of the guy, Affleck, looking dejected with a cigarette in his hand. Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah. Because Exclusive Ace, as we may get into, is a huge hater of skins like this. And then here is the Roger, I guess, bundle.
Damn, they're turning this into Fortnite. Shit.
Which is 2,800 COD points, of course. Yeah. Who is this for, man? I don't get it. Like, is there a big... I guess there's kind of a big crossover with COD players and American Dad fans. Yeah, probably. It's a pretty old cartoon. It's for, like, men. Unfortunately, it does make sense. But yeah, that's the next collab coming. And yeah, a lot of people... Well, I don't know about a lot of people, but Exclusive Ace has a video that I actually watched when it came out. This was like a couple days ago now. And the thumbnail is Beavis and Butthead, the operator skins, and they're like cell shaded. And it just says big letters, "I need a break." And the title is, "They're making it hard to like this game, ... Oh man, I saw that and I fucking laughed. And then I clicked on it and he had some gripes with the game and he's like, "Man, this game's fucking ass right now." But he said it in his feet, he sanitized way. And his two reasons were, one, they took out mercenary playlist for online. So you like can't do like a solo queue only multiplayer playlist.
They added that back in like 10 minutes ago. He tweeted about it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's back in now. So yeah. And then his other, heard that one.
Yeah.
Big complaint was the Beavis and Butthead skins. He was like, "Dude, I come to COD for the gritty, grounded realism," or whatever he was saying. And he's like, I wouldn't even mind if the Beavis and Butthead skins were like they tried to make them look like real people, but the fact that they're like cell shaded and look like cartoons like just really turns me off. And I just don't get that. Like, so to be clear, I don't care about the fucking Beavis and Butthead skins. I think they look super dumb too, but
yeah, I wouldn't buy it.
It also doesn't affect me at all. Like I super don't care because all the
makes it
skins
easier
look
for
dumb.
you. They're bright as fuck and you see them clearly.
Also
it makes
that.
it easier. So I don't.
Also
I don't
that.
get it. I don't get that complaint, and I never will.
Yeah, it just it's a completely insane point to me that I'll never understand about COD. If they put Beavis and Butthead skins in Escape from Tarkov, that'd be kind of insane. I would complain about that, maybe, but they'd also be very easy to see. I'd actually kind of be happy about it. But in Warzone or COD, it's like, dude, even the like realistic skins don't look real at all. Also, right? Like there's fucking Groot and a guy with like a velociraptor head and unicorns farting on people to kill them. That we don't draw the line there, but when they're in a cartoon style, now it's too far.
Those people don't like those skins either.
They don't, but they don't like protest about it like they do with this one, or at least Ace. Ace was like, I can deal with those skins even though I don't love them, but this is a bridge too far. Why? Why is this a bridge too far? It's just such an arbitrary, weird thing. I don't know. But anyway, that's the next collab. That's the big piece of content for season 5, by the way. Stadium's going to get a paint job, but they're going to say they got a paint job. It won't actually have a paint job on launch. And then a week later, they're going to say, sorry, guys, we intended for it to have a paint job, but we forgot or something, or we tried. And then Quick Fix broke. So instead, it's a week later, it's going to have a paint job. But Stan and Roger from American Dad will be operable inside of 1 millisecond of season 5 launching.
And
that
what's
is the
with
big piece of content.
What's with them collabing with shows that like don't exist or haven't been popular for years or were like barely ever popular? Like,
good question.
American Dad isn't made anymore, is it?
You've never asked more of the wrong guy than me. I'm the wrongest guy to ask on that question.
It's still a show.
It's
still a show, and here's the thing, it's never once been funny. It's never been a decent show, ever.
Yeah, all those shows like that are shit. Family Guy, American Dad, Cleveland.
Well, Family Guy's much better than that. Cleveland is awful, yeah.
Family Guy is not funny at all. It actually bothers me watching Family Guy. It's actually like the Big Bang Theory of animated cartoon shows. It's really bad stuff.
I always was like growing up our age, it was either like you liked Family Guy or you liked South Park more. I was always the guy to like South Park a lot more. I thought it was more funny. But for those other retarded shows like that, Family Guy is easily better than like American Dad, all those other shit little shows. That's what I'm saying.
I see. Yeah. South Park is obviously the best one. Of course. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's coming. That's the big piece of content. I mainly brought that up because I saw the exclusive Ace video, and it boy did it make me laugh. Because he's also such a nice guy, and he wants to like COD so badly. And we covered on Patreon another part of the episode was covering another one of his videos and this was a little while ago now. I want to say season 3 Reloaded is what it was about. Where he's basically saying the same thing. He's like, dude, the game is just rough right now, and talks about all the issues that were funny because like he's like a multiplayer player. We don't really talk that much about multiplayer or certainly play it. But they were all like very similar to like the Warzone issues that we had at the time, of course. And he was like, man, it's just like, it's rough playing right now. He's like, I'm still gonna do videos. I'm still, whatever, but I'm gonna try like making videos not on COD or whatever. Let me know what you guys want.
Yeah.
And this was just, he's just, poor guy's just getting beaten the motherfuck down by this game.
He wants to never play COD again. Yeah.
Badly. Yeah.
Badly.
Yeah.
Very badly.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just kind of funny to laugh at. So anyway. Another thing is another update on something that we told you was going to happen long before it happened, of course, which were the cheaters who made it in past the World Series Warzone qualifiers, obviously. So we covered at least a part of this recently, in which blatant cheaters were ruining the open qualifiers, for which it was easier to queue than ranked Warzone, by the way. And those people that were very obvious were not trying to qualify. They were just trying to grief people. They were level 10. They were obviously not going to get through. But, of course, there were other people who were trying to be in the closet and cheat, who in fact did qualify. And I think I don't know if this was on Patreon or publicly, but I saw someone mention, oh yeah, I was like 137th. And you have to be in the top 100 to qualify. So I didn't qualify, but they banned 42 cheaters or something. So I'm in. W, I guess, or whatever it was. So there were lots of people who did make it through. And if it was, I want to say 40 plus. I want to say the number 42. You
retweeted it. I'm looking at it right now. It was some guy. It was Astro Boy Hero. He said, never gave up hope for the boys, but at 137, it definitely seemed chalked. After 40 teams being removed from the leaderboard, we have qualified for World Series of Warzone.
Okay.
So 40 teams that qualified were thrown out of the open qualifiers. Yeah.
And let's just take a moment to think about that. Open qualifiers for your biggest officially sanctioned tournament of the year, and 40% of them were obviously cheating. Obviously enough to where they got thrown out. So a couple things come up from that. A couple thoughts pop into my head. The first of them obviously is, cool, you caught 40. Wonder how many of the other 60 are also cheating that you didn't catch. Because let's be clear, your anti-cheat didn't catch 40 of these teams. You guys had to manually review to catch them. Good, you should have been there on the weekend to throw them out, because also it's obviously super easy to cheat if fucking 40 of them were cheating and it wasn't caught until manual review. So how many also that even didn't qualify in the top 100 sabotaged other teams enough to where they would have otherwise been in the top 100 but didn't get in?
Yep.
Because something we talked about on Patreon for sure was Robeezy. It's one of the guys that didn't qualify. He probably did now. He probably got booted up. I don't know. But or maybe not. I don't know. But we were like, yeah, dude, these cheaters are ruining the chances for these teams, not necessarily because they qualify ahead of them and then don't get caught taking up a spot. Because that's not going to happen for the most part, because you'll catch, I would hope, most of them. So of the other 60, 15 more cheating, still completely fucking insane that you didn't catch, but whatever, sure. They'll get exposed at LAN. Maybe 10 of them. So okay, you're deprived of 10 or 15 spots due to cheaters. That's bad, but whatever. But more than that, how many teams lost out because of just sabotage? The cheaters didn't qualify ahead of them to take a spot. They just fucking ruined their multipliers every game.
Yeah.
It's actually just impossible to know, literally, who the top 100 teams would actually be if cheaters were curtailed to an acceptable level. If we had a Valorant level of cheaters, the best 100 teams would have been the ones who qualified. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. Instead, we live in a clown world where some of the good teams made it, obviously, but some of them got fucked, and that sucks. And again, how many of the remaining 60 are also cheating? If I had to guess, I would say 15's a lot. I would say 5 more. I would say there are 5 more teams who were cheating or are cheating that just didn't get caught yet. And then they're going to go to LAN and then get caught. Like, who was the one guy?
Just not do well.
Who was the one guy?
I don't remember. Well, one of the funny ones was Magnificent got
this is
dead
the guy.
last.
Yes, that's the guy I was talking about.
But
Yeah.
he was never like leading up to that, he was never that good online either. So I don't know. It was just funny though. There was a screenshot going around of him like looking all sad, just like staring deeply directly through his monitor.
No.
And then he had like
The
0
vacant
kills
look.
in the entire tournament. Yeah.
Love a good vacant look. Yeah. Real vacant look enjoyer.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Yeah. But like, anyway, that's going to happen. So like, and that really sucks too, by the way. If you're, I mean, you know, if it is even 5 teams, if it's even 1 team, dude, imagine you're 101st place and you're like, fuck, man, I could have gone and like, you know, sniffed Biffle's chair or something, but now I can't. Like, that's really sad. And of course, yeah, it's just a travesty because it's, and again, 40 out of 100, bro. You don't have a kernel level anti-cheat. Like, it's an admission that there are lots of cheaters in this game that do not get caught by Ricochet, so you have to go manually review. So yeah, let's look at the tweet. Activision says they're monitoring all the hackers in the quals and provided the latest update on it. This was tweeted on the 7th, 3 days ago. Team Ricochet has been working closely with the World Series of Warzone team to conduct a review of accounts participating in the in-game open. Here's what we've done to examine the first round. First and foremost, obviously, a manual review of the accounts and historical replays of accounts with the top 100 of each region's leaderboard has been completed. That's the problem. Because also, who gives a fuck about the World Series of Warzone? I certainly don't. None of you guys do. I mean, none of you were close to competing, obviously. So who gives a fuck? Why does it really matter, even if you don't care about the World Series of Warzone? Well, this just goes to show how easy it is to cheat in this game and the lengths to which they have to go to stop people from cheating. It literally starts with manual reviews because there is not a kernel level anti-cheat. If there were, it would have done something. It would have banned some of these teams. It didn't. Yeah. It banned literally none of the teams. I mean, obviously because they qualified, but still, like 40 teams qualify out of 100, and your detection systems don't work, so you have to go manually review them. Ricochet is not a kernel level anti-cheat. Just to reiterate that. That's why it matters to you, as the random Tom, Dick, and Harry who plays Warzone. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, I forgot. It doesn't matter to you. You're playing Warzone casual. For the 5 of you that play real Warzone, this is why it matters. Is because, yeah, it just goes to show you how dog shit the anti-cheat system is. And they are part of the reason why casual BR is so popular, because they can't fix cheaters in their real game. Accounts caught using cheats have been permanently banned from our games and removed from the leaderboard. Why don't you permanently ban all cheaters you catch, by the way? That'd be cool. But whatever. Accounts caught teaming have been DQ'd and barred from accessing ranked play modes for the remainder of BO6. Got it. Okay, so if I'm aim botting, I'll get permabanned. But if I am teaming with other teams to qualify for $1 million tournament, I just have to have a timeout for the next 6 months. Wasn't gonna play anyway. I'm also in a BO7 waiting room, so I don't care. Got it. Permaban them. What the fuck? That's crazy. So, okay. These people are way too lenient with cheaters. It's an instant permaban. Obviously. So, whatever.
Yeah.
Teams with the player account actioned against for any of the above will be DQ'd, obviously. And then as the teams were removed from the leaderboard, we conducted account reviews of those that climb into the top 100. Which they would have to do, right? Yeah, if you were 100 first, we ban a cheater, you're now 100, you now qualify. Okay, well, now we have to review your bitch ass too. Wonder how many of those also got thrown out. So is it 40 out of 100, or is it 80 out of 200? Or is it 120 out of 200? Who fucking knows? Pretty funny, though. And then cool. And then the top reply is some jerk off saying he's been shadow banned under a Charlie Intel tweet, as if Charlie Intel were the head dev. which he is not. So
Classic.
I've got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just really bad stuff.
It's funny whenever they use the term permanently banned, because like the average person who doesn't pay attention to any of this might hear that and they think, oh, nice, he's been permanently banned. That means nothing. That means that specific account they were playing on was banned.
Yeah.
You make a new account. They don't ban other ones. That's exactly all you have to do. Yep. So it's like, it quite literally means almost nothing. It just takes that person a few extra minutes, however long it takes, to get up and running again on a new account. It means nothing.
Yeah. Right.
If they can't stop the cheaters before they begin cheating, then it doesn't matter that they're permanently banning them because they just get on a new account.
Exactly.
The anti-cheat means nothing until it's at the point where like 99% of players who try to launch the game with cheats just immediately cannot, and their account is immediately banned. That's the only time it would ever do anything, because then even if they get on a new account, the anti-cheat's working well enough where they can't even launch the game. So we're not ever going to get to that, and it's embarrassing and it's sad. And yeah, I'm telling you, online first-person shooters are just...
They're dead.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, they're dead.
They're dead. Going down. They're going down because the companies cannot get a hold on this.
And think
I'll never understand, because like they're supposed to be smart game devs. They're supposed to be good at this stuff. How is every cheat developer so much smarter than any of them are?
True.
How are they that much smarter?
Significantly. Yeah. Yep. And think about the hellscape of a world we live in too, by the way. The one game I can think of that has like a very good anti-cheat is fucking Valorant. Awful shit ass fuck ass game. Terrible, really bad game that isn't fun at all. That's the one that's the one that gets the anti-cheat that works. Okay. It's a clown hell worldscape. I mean, yeah, it's just Just really
that's a hell worldscape.
And this is why there are bots in every mode. Yeah, because the devs are like, oh, this is way easier. These retards we're feeding slop to don't care either way. Why bother fixing the cheaters? I don't want to think. Just let cheaters ruin our normal mode, make everyone play casual, and then people will start cheating against bots. I've got it.
Yep.
So anyway, speaking of devs not doing their job well and the consequences. This was tweeted 8 days ago, so I guess a little late on this, but I don't think we talked about it.
We talked about they had a bunch of layoffs, yeah.
We did talk about how Xbox did some layoffs, and I think we had even said, like, oh, I wonder if any of the COD devs were affected by this.
Yeah.
And they were.
Raven, a lot of them were.
One of whom is, I guess, High Moon Studios is affected by the layoffs. So, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd mention it. They deserve it. Unless these were specifically people in the art department. It's the only department now that works well, is the art department.
Yeah.
You know, like or dislike the art style of various COD games, they do the art well. They do the cinematics really well. They do the motion cap very well. So all those people, everyone that works on the game in a capacity that I don't care about at all is really good. Really good stuff. Don't fire them. Everyone else, cull them. Throw them on the street. They are not good at their jobs, obviously. The devs fucking suck. The anti-cheat team clearly fucking sucks. The dev studio heads fucking suck. Activision fucking sucks. Really bad stuff. So, yeah. Big surprise. Big surprise. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, like as far as things that have actually happened to the actual game, not really much going on. Oh, and by the way, Ranked Resurgence has come out and people have been playing it. I wonder if anyone who's playing Warzone is still playing Ranked Resurgence, because that was a big thing going on. And yeah, I'm looking at Symphony right now. He is currently playing Ranked Resurgence. Let's see. Teep is on Verdansk. So it's fallen off the wayside probably a little, but there are some people playing it. What are they saying about it? Don't know. what I will say, I think we need a little more time to discern where the general ranked player base is on like Rebirth versus Verdansk, because my guess was people will play Rebirth for a little while, ranked Rebirth, because it's like new, for maybe like a week or two, I think is what I had said. And then everyone who cares about ranked is just going to go back to Verdansk. But maybe that isn't true, and we'll see. But what is happening with ranked resurgence right now? How is it? Well, I would imagine, and H said this, it's still pretty bad because the game's not very fun, and there are still lots of cheaters in the game, obviously. So there are, of course, cheaters on ranked resurgence. However, the one thing ranked resurgence does not have an issue with that ranked Verdansk does is people teaming, which makes sense intuitively, although I didn't think about it. Rebirth is just too small of a map for that to make sense. There are too many people. It would be way too hard to like distinguish
spawning and whatnot.
Yeah, like, oh, is this my guy landing on me or is it not? Like, it would just be way too crazy. So there's like the one saving grace of ranked Rebirth on Resurgence. The downside is it's Call of Duty Warzone ranked Resurgence.
Yeah.
On a map that is almost
Call of Duty, yeah.
That is old as Verdansk, actually, or almost as old. So like, okay, cool. And there are still cheaters, so like whatever. Like when I was playing against ranked Rebirth last, and I was fucking robbed out of Iridescent by TTV Moon, who genuinely stole 1,000+ rating from me, and I'm not joking. Literally 1,000+, I lost to TTV Moon.
We get it, man. You hate TTV Moon.
Really big. Yes, I am. I'm genuinely traumatized, and I should invoice Activision for therapy bills.
Yeah.
Do a little let's start a class action lawsuit.
Fuck you.
Mental health is a big thing in gaming, right? I could probably push that through pretty easy. Maybe do a suicidal gesture to really get that GoFundMe or the whatever lawsuit signatures. I don't know how it works. That's the problem. It's just still a motherfuckload of cheaters. Although Lou, another friend of the pod, who also is a ranked player, ranked Resurgence is more fun than Big Map now, ironically. There are way fewer cheaters. That is surprising. I would imagine there'd be lots of cheaters on both, but the thing about fewer people teaming on Rebirth does make a lot of sense after you think about it. But like, again, this was my original point, is like, yeah, back when I was playing ranked Resurgence, people weren't teaming and it was still unplayable just because of cheaters. Just because of one cheater, dude. Like, it's just, yeah. There were lots, but Moon I saw 100 times, actually. So, yeah. Anyway. And then, yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. So, last thing is unrelated to COD, Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov. Which is a game we've talked about from time to time on this program. Has had a wipe. So this is a game that has been in, it's an extraction shooter. It's the first, to my knowledge, extraction shooter. It's old. I think it's like 8 years old now. And it's been in beta for this entire time. So it's like a whole ass game. If you buy the best edition, it's like $250, but it's in beta. But supposedly they're going to put out 1.0. So they're going to actually launch the fucking game, take it out of beta this year, at the end of this year. And yesterday or 2 days ago, they did their final wipe before the final wipe, the penultimate wipe, which will be when 1.0 happens. And it is the worst wipe of all time. It's really bad stuff. And no one hates game devs enough. So you don't have to play Tarkov to guess what the issue is, right? Hey, why was this wipe really fucking bad, Raz? Hey, great question. Because the devs did some dumb shit that doesn't make any fucking sense, that anyone who plays the game ever would know is a stupid fucking idea, obviously, But because game developers are retarded and never play their own games, they push it through anyway because they don't know better, because game devs don't play their own game or have a triple-digit IQ, apparently. So Tarkov is once again ruined for this wipe. Will it be better in 1.0? Doubt it. I doubt the motherfuck out of it. It'll be really bad stuff. And for those of you who do play Tarkov, you probably already know all the wipe shenanigans. But basically, you can only play on 3 maps. You have to transit to the rest of them. The transit system is, of course, broken as all fuck. You crash half the time. The other half, it spawns you in one of 2 spots, so you know where everyone else is spawning right away. So if you're solo, you look at the other spawn, oh, it's a team of 4. I'm dead. They know exactly where I am. I'm not very far, by the way, and I'm going to just get stampeded easily. It's a miserable dog shit, trash, shit ass, fuck ass update wipe. And Nikita, instead of spending money on one consultant, spent $2,000 on a shirt and $100 million or whatever on his Jay Leno-esque car collection, and then whines about not having enough developers to make the game playable. Oh, and also on top of that, guess what? Guess what the number one problem, of course, with Tarkov is? Cheaters. You guessed it. Cheaters. Yep. Yeah. Because game devs are awful shit people. Yeah. They're morally bad people. Yep. Existentially. There's something intrinsically wrong, objectively, with the soul of a game developer. So just keep that in mind. And I hope hell is real so you can burn in it with low cap. If you're a game dev
and
listening.
They will be, clearly. Yeah.
Obviously. So obviously. Yeah. Yeah, the 7th circle, which is the worst one.
That's awful.
Yeah. So, funny stuff, though. If you want to watch Tarkov rage, we recommend Vonza. Vonza.
Yeah.
Vonza. He's the best.
Ooh, no, it does sound fun to some arena. Get some arena going, man.
Tarkov arena?
Yeah. It's fun for like an hour.
It actually is fun for an hour because you can prox chat and you can say the fucking most heinous shit possible, and you won't get banned.
Dude, I wish PvE.
Not that I would ever do that, obviously.
PvE Tarkov with some friends, like playing very slowly. If the AI was interesting, could be fun. Because you don't have to deal with the fucking shit cheaters or anything, and I could get Gabe to play it, but it's just.
You can't get Gabe to play it. I can't even get him to play ABI, and it's free.
Because he doesn't like you. Yeah, he would have played Tarkov offline. But it's just bad. That's the thing.
No.
Hope that helps.
It is bad, obviously. It's just boring, like you said. PvE is just fucking stupid.
Yeah. But anyway. It's all because of the way their AI is designed. The AI is uninteresting. Dude, I'm pretty sure still the AI PMCs do not fight the AI scavs. Or each other. They don't do anything. They just all walk around aimlessly. Like, it's such a poor design.
That is really stupid, yeah. Because a big part of Tarkov, that is crazy. I didn't know that. Because a huge part of real Tarkov is like, okay, let's go get Pocket Watch. You spawn whatever, fucking, in the new area. Not the new area. The old new area. Fucking trailer park, whatever. I forget what it's called. You cross you're like walking toward the Pocket Watch. You're walking toward the river you need to cross. And you start hearing shots. You start hearing gunshots. And you're like, oh, okay, that's dorms. You're like, all right, whatever. Keep going. And then you hear 8 grenades. And you're like, oh, that's probably Rashala. Or shit's popping off at dorms. That's crazy. Yep. Maybe we should go over there and like fight people. But if the AI don't fight each other, your raids will just be dead silent the whole time, unless you're shooting or being
I don't really
shot.
Understand.
That seems insane.
It's something weird. Like the only people, like the AI. I mean, they might have changed it by now, but that's the way it worked last time I tried to play it. Like, I don't know, early this year, late last year, something like that. I think it was last year. So they might have changed it by now, but yeah, was insane to me. And then it's like, even on day one of wipe, for some reason, every AI PMC has like built guns, like fairly built guns that you can't get yet. So it's like, okay. And then that never changes. So when you're level 1 and when you're prestige 4, level 30, that never changes. They always have the same exact gun builds. They're always half durability. It's uninteresting.
Yeah, that sounds awful, obviously.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be a fun like offline style game like that though if they made the AI decent, but they're not. Because game devs are just, I mean, horrific people. Truly.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, yeah, and it just again goes to show you, like even Tanner's talking about how much he wants to play against bots. This is where FPS gaming is going.
Because Tarkov is infested with the cheaters.
Yeah, because game devs are just dog shit and incompetent. So, and speaking of other dog shit FPS games, Splitgate 2 Absolute asks, I saw a tweet. I don't have it up here, but I wasn't going to talk about it. But has lost, I believe, 80% of its players now already on Steam.
Yeah, that was
obviously.
Let's see. Steam never had a high number to begin with because it's all. What platform do most people play it on? We looked this up last time, but so they did. They peaked at 25,000, which is still a dog shit number. Their 24-hour peak right now is 2,700. So
yeah,
they've lost.
Yeah,
they lost a lot.
90.
So I don't know how many.
I
am curious how many actual people are playing the game though, on because I'm trying to gauge how popular the game is in general. You know.
Yeah.
Like how many actual players they have playing at any time? 5,000 total. That's terrible. If so.
Yeah, it's really awful. Yeah. So yeah, of course. Yeah,
and any person with even like part of their brain should have understood clearly that that game was not going to work.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
But that's what happens when your dad's a fucking billionaire. You can create whatever shit game you want and it doesn't matter.
You excited for Splitgate 3?
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. Hey, we're coming back. Oh my god, yeah, Splitgate. I forgot they did a BR thing, huh?
Yeah, Splitgate 3
Iceman
is
Isaac was real excited for that. Like I said, and I called that. I said, this game is dead as fuck quickly because Icicle Man Isaac is tweeting about how good it is. Yeah, guess who hasn't fucking played it since that day he tweeted it, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking rat. He's a rat.
Yeah.
I hate streamers. I hate YouTubers. I hate game devs. Yeah, they're just all horrific people.
Yeah. Yep.
Including you and I.
That's especially maybe. Yeah.
Humans are shit.
Bros, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Whatever. Anyway, yeah. Splitgate 3 will have an extraction shooter. That's my guess. Clip me now, link me later. All right, anyway, yeah, we're fucking done. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Activision devs should be shot in the head with a paintball gun.
All
that doesn't
most
hurt.
Game devs should be, yeah.
Yeah.
All of them, actually.
Mm-hmm.